Gods and Generals is a 2003 American war film directed by Ronald F. Maxwell. The film is a direct sequel to the 1993 film Gettysburg. The story tells the beginning of the American Civil War, with special attention to the life of General Thomas Jackson, played by Stephen Lang. There are battle scenes with thousands of soldiers in the film, with cannons, cavalry charges, and smoke everywhere. However, the most powerful moment in the entire film comes at a very peaceful moment. Somewhere in the middle of the war between the Union and the Confederates, there is a moment when two rival soldiers see each other on the banks of the Rappahannock River, and we are presented with this scene.
Hey, Billy Yank! That's a mighty nice song.
Pleased you find it so agreeable.
I'd like it even more if I had some coffee to wash you down. You want some baccy?
Sure, Johnny. Have you got a lame horse?
What do you be wanting to trade for a lame horse?
Would you take General Burnside?
No. I guess I'll keep the horse hide. Come on, get your baccy.
First of all, let's understand the historical context here. The American Civil War was one of the most, if not the most, tragic events in American history. It was fought not against the foreign enemy, but entirely between Americans. 4 years of war, more than 600,000 deaths, and a country almost divided because of political and social disagreements. My personal favorite definition of this war is the one given by Johnny Cash in the 1983 song God Bless Robert E. Lee. Brother against brother, father against son. The war that nobody won. This scene depicts this contrast perfectly. Two Americans from different armies stand face to face, separated by a river. Symbolically, the river represents the flow of history or even the chaos of that particular moment. The two soldiers are dealing with the same situation. They are both Americans, they are both at war, they are both defending their side, and at that moment, they are both taking a break. A break from the gunfire, from the destruction, and from politics. At that very moment, they are just Americans watching a river flow. One of them proposes an exchange of simple pleasures, a drink for a pipe. Then, both of them meet near the river bank and look at each other. There's no dialogue here. We can hear the water flowing over the rocks. In the background, we see a forest and some mist. The mist here can be interpreted as the uncertainty about the future and about the direction the war is taking. At first, they intentionally avoid looking at each other. When one of them looks up, the other looks down, and this cycle repeats itself. Perhaps this represents a sense of shame. Remember when you were a kid and broke something in your house, then your father or your mother came to yell at you? As a child, you would just try to avoid looking them in the eyes because you were ashamed. You knew that something was wrong, but what could you do? I think the scene conveys exactly that feeling. The soldiers don't want to be there. They know they are pointing a gun at another American. The same people who less than 100 years earlier had united to found that very nation are now divided and killing one another. In the end, their eyes finally meet, and they exchange glances, bringing their free time, their simple and unique moment of peace in a time of death, to an end. Then they walk away from each other without saying a single word. Silence here says more than any dialogue or soundtrack ever could. These two soldiers, as far as I can remember, don't appear again in the rest of the film. Their only participation is this singular scene. The film never tells us their names, where they came from, or whether they survived the war. And it doesn't matter at all. For a brief moment, they stop being Union and Confederate soldiers and become simply two men who could have been neighbors under different circumstances. This perfect scene sums up the entire war. It's not often that a scene says so much without a single word, and that's what makes it a masterpiece. Gods and Generals and Gettysburg are awesome films by Ronald F. Maxwell, and I highly recommend watching them. They are a great opportunity to experience a fascinating historical drama filled with fantastic performances and unforgettable scenes, just like this one.